At the request of the LAPD, Brian Stowe's family is not talking publicly about the arrest at this time. However, on its website, the family did issue a statement, part of it reading, quote, "We would like to start." Just last week, Brian Stowe's mother did thank the people of Los Angeles for all of their support.
Well, the weekend is over with. Sunday, almost as good as Saturday.
And I expect more drizzle and clouds coming into the forecast, I hear.
A mother in the Inland Empire is grieving tonight over the loss of a beloved daughter.
She says that her body was recently found at a recycling center. Let's go live now to Dave Meekum, who's in Victorville.
Well, President Barack Obama addressed the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee conference today.
The president explained his earlier remarks that tested the U.S.-Israeli relationship. Barbara Hall has more. Here's a question for you. Would you be willing to divorce your love to save their life? KTLA's Mary Beth McDade introduces us to a couple in Ohio thinking about getting a divorce in order to pay for a life-saving liver transplant. And from what I heard, Jamie, I think even attempts to try and go through the tunnels and go through the waterways to get out. I don't think you can do it dog paddling. You have to be a pretty darn good swimmer. Music that moves the spirit. It's often associated with a singular church choir.
KTLA's Gail Anderson introduces us to some local talented singers and musicians who spread the gospel through music.
Wow. We have much more news still ahead.
We continue our breaking news coverage on an arrest in the Brian Stowe beating case that will be live with Cheryl Gatwiza. Police Chief Charlie Beck getting choked up as he reveals the arrest of a suspect wanted in a brutal beating on Dodgers opening day. Police now have just released the name of that suspect, and they are searching for at least 2 others.
Police made this one arrest early this morning on a tip from a law enforcement officer, and we want to take a look. And Brian Stowe's family is also reacting to the news that there has been an arrest in his beating. Doctors at San Francisco General say Brian continues to open his eyes, but he is still in critical condition. And he.
Okay, if you were with us in the last half hour, Jim Castillo has invented a new weather word. Mizzle.
Mizzle. I think Snoop Dogg would be very proud. Mizzle my drip.
A grisly murder. A young woman's body found dumped in a recycling bin, and now the victim's family wants answers. Dave
Meekum is talking time now to cross California. And tonight, did you know, you probably do, the smell of car exhaust can make you nauseous. But there's actually a whole lot more to it than you can smell or see. There's a new study out of USC that is looking at what long-term air pollution does to us. Here's Casey Stiegel.
He has made a lot of money off of that ride.
You wonder if there are more movies still coming. I'm sure Johnny Depp's so good.
If it keeps making money, they're going to keep making them.
Exactly.
All right, sweet surprises are in store at the California Strawberry Festival.
Olga Ospina even throwing tarts in kids' faces. She is in Oxnard with all of the juicy details. She's got to be pretty tall to hold that microphone up. I think you and I are eyeing the wine a little bit on the strawberry.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind sitting around at home and sipping on that. Might taste pretty good.
Especially if it's a nice day out there, Jim. Sun's going.
We were all thinking about that.
We got through it, though, I thought.
I know, well.
Didn't we?
You know, what do we got to look forward to sports-wise around here? I mean, the SC still on probation. Your Bruins.
Are you already writing out the base
of the teams? Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Steve, thank you. Thanks. We'll see you later on tonight.
Wow.
Well, earlier in this broadcast, this will put a smile on your face. Gail Anderson's Sunday Gospel segment featured the Los Angeles music ministry of Jamel Jones. And we want to hear a little bit more from this talented group. Okay, thank you so much, Jim.
By the way, strawberry wine, we just realized we've all had it. Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill when we were very young.
But of age to drink, of course.
Yeah. Have a good Sunday night. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. We'll have the latest developments. This is the KTLA News at 10. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Brandi Hitt. Today's arrest is the first major break in the case in the nearly 2 months since the opening game day beating that left Brian Stowe in critical condition.
Now, the arrest took place at an apartment complex in East Hollywood.
Meantime, Brian Stowe's family is also reacting tonight to news of this arrest, but they're doing it on a family website. That's because the LAPD is asking them not to speak publicly, at least not yet. Right now, Brian Stowe remains in critical condition tonight at San Francisco General Hospital. Now, earlier, the Giants team president had this reaction to the arrest in this case. Now switching gears to weather, because our weather has been great. The Midwest getting hit with another round of storms.
They got absolutely hammered, and Jim Castillo has more on that.
Thank you. President Obama addressed the American-Israel Public Affairs Committee conference today, and as Barbara Hall reports, he explained the remarks he made earlier, testing the U.S.-Israeli relationship. Convicted sex offender working on school property making $42 an hour. If you think that sounds preposterous, well, think again. Here's Chip Yost with a KTLA special investigation.
Who in the state negotiated a $42 an hour job for a cleanup crew?
That's one question. There's
Wow.
a million others that Chip has been bringing up with the series that he's been doing a great job
That's
on,
amazing.
Chip. Okay, if you're going to be waking up tomorrow morning, you need to bring a coat because it is cooler once again, and we have the drizzle back.
Is that what it's called now?
The drizzle, mizzle, fashizzle.
For shit.
Say Times Square, here they come with that one.
All right, sweet surprises back here at home in store at the California Strawberry Festival.
Olga Ospina was in Oxnard today with all of the juicy details. Thank you. A lawsuit has been filed against Twitter. This case will determine whether social media must follow the same exact privacy laws as news media. If anyone can do it, Jamie Chambers can do it. The question is, can he swim? Can he swim that far from Alcatraz to the mainland?
Well, I saw him the other day, so I think he made it.
You think he made it?
Or maybe he didn't make it and they picked him up in a boat. Who knows?
I was going to say, with help, maybe. Well, we're all going to need a little help maybe the next couple of days. But, Jim, you said there's a warm-up in the forecast.
There is. And we go into June with the June gloom.
I know. I just wanted to feel like summer just for a second before we get into the June gloom days. But
It's a pretty good stretch you just gave us, though. That's going to be a nice
it's
week.
not too bad.
A nice 3-day stretch.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
All right.
Okay, more than 1,000 dogs and cats, all available for adoption today in the Miracle Mile District.
And this weekend's kind of tough.
Too cute. Well, that is the KTLA News at 10 o'clock for this Sunday night. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, for news updates throughout the night, especially on the Brian Stowe case, go to KTLA.com.
And be sure to wake up for the KTLA Morning News. That begins at 4:30 a.m. Meantime, don't go away. Steve Hartman is here now with Sports Final.
Well, guys.